Well, hi there. I'm in Helena, Montana. It is February 24th, and I wanted to just briefly read a little bit of the Way of the Tigress book to you. This is the part that honestly is kind of the meat, pun intended, the meat of the book, the meat of the hunt. This is why it's named The Way of the Tigress. And it's not for reasons that people might expect, so that's why I wanted to share this part with you and clarify that, number one, The Way of the Tigress is not just for women, and also let you know that it wasn't a marketing branding thing for me to choose the tigress, that she actually chose me. So this is from chapter 1, Why the Way of the Tigress. You may be wondering why I titled this book The Way of the Tigress. Explaining that requires a visit to the big savanna of the mind, a trip that is about much more than travel. Here's how it started. March 2020. I am living in La Paz, Mexico. I fly to Houston for a family wedding. I end up staying for the pandemic as the state shuts down due to COVID-19. My cost of living triples overnight, and I move into a lovely empty apartment I can barely afford with 2 suitcases and a lot of grit. Fast forward June 2021. I'm on the apartment's patio, a sacred spot for the last 14 months. I drink coffee and collect my sanity every morning. It is a small ritual that some days, many days, was the only thing that got me out of bed during the lockdown. I'm moving on soon. My empty patio is full of swirling thoughts of what's next, fueled by early AM sips of Java and a vista facing an old folks' home across the way. Occasionally I see a white head, bent body, shuffling steps beside the pool. Is it a coincidence that old age fills my morning view at this time in my life? I think not. I meditate. The pale air imprints warm moisture on my skin. I fall backward into the flow, trusting, caught, and passed along a golden leaf on a clear river. I drop down in the mist, settling on a dark, still pool reflecting the jungle and the sky above. The tigress is drinking. Small ripples spread out from her lapping tongue. She pauses, looks up. Her green gaze sharpens as she senses me stirring in the leafy tangle across the way. She looks straight at me. The message from her mind to mine is, why aren't we hunting? So how do I explain her to you, my precious friend? Out of respect, I hesitated to claim her for weeks after she arrived in my meditations. First of all, I am not a tigress. My spirit animal is the grizzly bear. Always has been, always will be. The tigress is not a cute mascot for a brand. She's not just here for women either. This is not a rah-rah call to dress in stripes, talk big about girl power, and start collecting tiger-themed schlock. The tigress is focused, stunning, and extremely dangerous. She is one of the most beautiful animals to have ever walked the earth. She needs room to move and hunt. And for those reasons, modern society has chased her to the brink of extinction, both in the jungle and in the human psyche, yours and mine. She embodies qualities that are necessary to humans hunting the big life. I seek to embody more of what the tigress represents. I seek others who feel her pacing inside as well. When you seek to live a big life, you never stop trying to get better, wiser, stronger, and braver. Never. Mass culture attempts to kill your focus and siphon off your life, one distraction at a time. Society teaches you to doubt your incredible beauty, to cover your unique stripes so you don't stand out. Most of all, the people who like to control, consume, and coerce, those people fear the hunger that sets you apart. Speaking of control and coercion, why not the way of the tiger? Because as magnificent as the tiger is, he exists only for himself. He will kill and eat his own kind if he feels like it. He doesn't even have to be hungry to do so, just bored or threatened or inconvenienced. We already have enough tiger energy running amok on the planet. As the protectress of her young, the tigress is more ferocious and focused than the tiger, with the additional feminine dimensions of creation and nurture. This is world-saving energy. When you open up to the tigress inside, she's usually quite hungry. As she starts prowling, pouncing, and hunting, Your gaze sharpens and your decisions change. This may scare some people around you. They will ask you to put her back in the cage. They will throw chunks of meat or sharp spears at her through the bars to keep her quiet. The easy meat is a bigger threat to your journey than the sharp spike. Dodging spears and escaping the cage over and over again keeps you agile. Rich meat tossed at your feet gives you a feast and a long nap in the cage. You doze off, time passes, nothing changes. Resistance wins again. Uncomfortably full and numb is how most first world people live their lives. So the best way to support the tigress is by self-awareness, learn more about your inner drive and dragons, create a life that supports you in your zone of genius, and community. Find people who share your intensity. Unless you are very fortunate indeed, you likely were not taught how to do any of the above as you grew up. So we learn over time. The Way of the Tigress is a method that uses travel to help you gain greater self-awareness for living your life call. Let's check out what that journey looks like next. And then I go on into the rest of the book. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions or want to access the book, you can go to www.wayofthetigress.com. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.